Welcome back to the channel. We got a Matt Walsh here. Food stamp influencers on TikTok are officially out of control. Smash that like button and get subscribed if you're not already, and we will get right into it.
Well, this woman has manicured nails, obviously has a smartphone. There's a TV on in the background. Which streaming service is she subscribed to? I could see more than enough money to buy brownies and popsicles for like several months. The only words out of your mouth should be, thank you. Food stamps have been a topic of conversation on the show several times over the past few weeks. The EBT program has been in the news thanks to extremely belated efforts by a number of states to exercise some basic level of control over the kinds of food items that people on the program can purchase, or can force taxpaying Americans to purchase for them, I should say.
Yep, exactly. That is the argument, and the whole thing is coming down lately as to it potentially getting cut November 1st. So far, to everything I've been able to look, it seems like nothing's affected. Surprise, surprise. It's never been cut in history, so why would it just all of a sudden get cut now? Unless Democrats had something to do with it, because, well, they keep the government shut down right now. But yeah, it's like my own personal... When I broke my leg earlier this year and I was literally unable to even stand up on my own for 6 straight weeks, I applied for food stamps to try to get some temporary income for, a couple months till I was healed back up enough to go back to work and make enough money. However, surprise, surprise, I wound up just having to drain my savings. And I just wound up draining my savings, and along with that, because I got denied. I had a broken leg. I had all the paperwork. I had the evidence that I used to work and can't right now. I had the on leave everything. I submitted, and then I got the call saying I was initially approved, and then all of a sudden I got a note in the mail saying I was denied. And I'm like, what? Yeah, I was waiting on the card as I was approved. What? And then I'm not sure. It was like, whatever happened, I guess I don't have the right illegal status. I'm from the wrong country to receive American, food benefits. Weird how you can't be from American and get approved for that when you have all the documentation to show for it. But yeah, I wound up just having to drain my savings and to eat.
We've also talked about the rise of EBT influencers. These are food stamp users who upload videos showing off.
Which it's funny, because if those influencers hit a certain amount of income through making their content, all of a sudden, they're not going to get their stamps no more. And there goes all their content.
Off their tax-funded grocery hauls. In the process, they confirm every negative stereotype about EBT recipients.
Oh, 100%. Every single one of them is super obese. They are all of the same backgrounds, and they all speak the same.
Videos are really part of a vast right-wing conspiracy to turn public opinion against welfare programs. Here's just a case of...
Yeah, these food stamp influencers are the biggest thing driving people away from using it. It's like, I would be embarrassed to be associated with them, but like, I tried applying because I was in need. I got denied, so I had to go with plan B.
Here's another example of a recent entry in that genre. Watch.
First thing I got is these jumbo beef meatballs. Got these. Put these in the freezer. Wait, these go in the refrigerator. Then I be seeing these these sliced.
She didn't even know what she bought. She's like, I have to reread the label when I got home. Like, you didn't purchase all this, and then for your video that you plan to make, you didn't set this here, set this here, set this here, and have things in like a specific order to do. Like, that's stupid if you did that.
Grass-fed beef, sirloin.
That way you could have, not sounded like it. Oh no.
Do in the refrigerator as well. I've been seeing these.
You hear the beep. These things just write themselves. Matt Walsh is not the kind of guy to have his team edit that in.
Little crispy cookies. So we got that.
Why?
I'm gonna go fast because it's hot. We got the chicken melts. There's 15 individuals in here. I've seen these on TikTok too. The brie and cheese.
Yep. That second chirp just proved it. That it's not being added in. It's just there. The stereotypes write them fucking selves. God damn, I want to. If ever I see someone. If ever I go to your house and you have that thing going, I'm going to leave, go buy a 9-volt battery, and I'm going to chuck it at your fucking head.
The cheese. I've got these.
Because that's most likely all you need to do is put a new fucking battery in it.
Refrigerator as well. Obviously, we had to get these pizzas.
You don't gotta get the pizzas.
For dinner.
Muffins, obviously.
Sure,
Now what?
because you can't buy a box of muffins and bake fresh muffins. I mean, I do that. It's one of my favorite things to do. I make little mini ones. For my birthday this year, I actually asked for a mini muffin pan so I didn't have to make big ones all the time.
Big old thing of paper plates.
Yeah, of course, all the paper plates, because she's ain't going to do dishes if the taxpayers will buy you paper plates just to eat on and throw away, and you don't have to wash anything. Or own any plates and bowls and shit. You just put it on a fucking paper plate.
240.
Got it.
And there's another chirp. That African ceiling bird working overtime today.
30 pack of delays, mix.
And you can tell she does this all the time because of how she does that all the time with this kinds of food because of how much her kid in the background is just like, yeah, not like, this is a new thing, I want to see it. If it was new, the kid would be up in mom's business. As a former kid myself, I would have been up in the business trying to, what's new?
Were to script a video designed to portray the EBT program in the worst possible light, it would look exactly like that video.
Yeah.
Everything from the morbid obesity to the food selection to the smoke detector beeping in the background.
Yep.
It so perfectly proves the point that it seems staged.
And it's not a one-of-a-kind video either. There's so many I've seen over the past couple weeks.
But
months.
It's not staged. And there are hundreds of videos like this. In every case, their grocery haul consists predominantly of junk food with no nutritional value. If there's any protein or anything resembling actual nutrition, it's always a pre-cooked or frozen meal, which is almost certainly really high in sodium, among other problems. And these are people who definitely don't need more sodium in their diets.
Exactly.
The vast majority of EBT
These people are salty enough as is.
recipients don't have full-time jobs, keep in mind. Most of them don't have jobs at all. And yet they refuse to take the time to cook a fresh meal from scratch.
Yeah, if you ain't working, you're on EBT, and you're sitting at home all day, or, you're doing out running around, spending whatever money your baby daddy gave you for child support that month, you really need to figure out and realize you're in actually a privileged position in that case, and you can afford to do a lot more things than a working person, which, I think your benefits should be greatly reduced. I think the max amount of food stamps per adult should be $300 and kid at most $200 per child to tack on there, and that's per family per card, which I say is a fair amount. However, I say you also have to work minimum 30 hours a week.
They only buy meals that can be reheated in 3 minutes or less, saving even more time so that they can, waste it by staring at a TV or their phones. Now, maybe that wasn't fair. EBT recipients don't just watch TV and scroll TikTok. As we've covered, they also make TikTok videos, which takes time as well. Several minutes of their day.
Yeah.
Which is why they can't cook, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
And of all the EBT influencer videos I've seen or played on this show, this
I
next
hope
one
he shows the one I think it
perhaps
is
the most obnoxious. And it does perhaps the best job of demonstrating everything that's wrong with the food stamp program and the welfare state generally, and particularly because of one
Please let it be the one I'm thinking of.
I want to spend a little time analyzing. But before we do that, watch.
I am so dumbfounded right now. There are people that genuinely think that people who use
no, it's not the one
EBT
I thought it was.
Don't deserve soda, candy, or desserts. You're gonna tell me that my daughter doesn't deserve a popsicle?
No. We're gonna say that she doesn't deserve a popsicle funded by EBT.
You're gonna tell me I don't deserve to get brownies?
Not with
You're
EBT.
gonna tell me I can't have Dr. Pepper with my dinner?
Not with
and
EBT.
All I'm hearing is be grateful, be grateful. It's free food. Get off of your throne of
You're on the throne of entitlement, honey. You're literally being given money for your groceries. You entitled bitch.
Entitlement? And take a look around you guys. Everyone is one bad day away from being homeless or even needing government assistance.
You can tell because of all the makeup she has on. She owns a mirror, so she knows what reflection is. And if she would realize the calling other people off their entitlement, well, she's literally being given the money for her food and groceries and probably other benefits too.
Do you guys not see how that makes you look? Your lack of empathy and understanding is outstandingly atrocious.
Her lack of knowledge is outstandingly atrocious.
Yes, get off your throne of entitlement, says the able-bodied woman demanding that American taxpayers buy her a brownie.
Buy her
This
daughter
is an adult
popsicles. Like,
whining
no.
because other adults won't give her a treat. And somehow we're the entitled ones. Now, never mind the fact that even if she was banned from buying popsicles and brownies with her EBT card, she'd still be able to have popsicles and brownies. I mean,
With
she
her
could
own
buy
money.
that junk with her own money. Or she could even use her EBT card to purchase the ingredients to make that stuff herself.
Ding, ding, ding.
Now, I'm not much of a baker, admittedly, but I do know that you can make brownies with some flour, a couple eggs, sugar, cocoa powder, a few other ingredients.
And you can use Google to find all those ingredients and what they are. And you can do that in the middle of the store on that phone you made your TikTok on. And then you can go to those aisles. And most grocery stores I know now have like digital maps on the app, so you can, or not maybe maps, but at least the location of where the items are, what aisle, and then you can go find all those things and make whatever you want yourself.
Making a popsicle is even easier. Buy some
Yeah.
fruit, blend it with water, throw it in the freezer. You're done.
Ding.
Again,
Done.
you have the time to do all this. You don't have a job. So keep in mind, when food stamp users complain that they can't buy junk food, they're actually complaining that we won't provide them with ready-made junk food that they can purchase and eat right away. So they,
like I said about the mini muffins, I don't mind that you eat mini muffins. I just think you should buy the stuff and make them yourself.
want it for free, and they
A,
want
it'll
it
be
quickly,
cheaper, and B,
and
you
they
can
want
get
it
more.
with maximum convenience and minimum
And it'll taste
personal
better.
effort. This is not just entitlement. This is a kind of snobbishness and sense of privilege that used to be reserved for the children of billionaires and royalty. And now we find it among people who have no wealth at all. People who, by their own testimony, can't afford to buy a popsicle. It's the worst of all worlds, really, coming together. You have the vices of wealth, but none of the wealth of wealth. You know, this is it's really just the worst possible thing for a person. If you're stressed about back taxes, maybe you missed the handle your tax issues. But is it even true that they can't afford it? Well, let's go back to the woman in the last video. Not to keep picking on her, but she did volunteer for it. I mean, don't post a video demanding that we buy you brownies if you don't want to be heavily scrutinized. And so what do we notice in this video? Well, this woman has manicured nails, wearing lots of makeup, highlights in her hair, obviously has a smartphone, obviously has an internet connection. There's a TV on in the background. Which streaming service is she subscribed to? How many streaming services? So just in that brief selfie video that we just played, I could see more than enough money to buy brownies and popsicles for like several months. Now, I want to take a moment to reflect on a word that she uses repeatedly in that clip. It's a word that comes up a lot in these kinds of videos.
The D word.
A lot when we talk about welfare and EBT and food stamps and all the rest of it. It's a word that finds its way into our political debates in this country.
At least that's the word I'm predicting.
It's a word that a lot of people seem to use hundreds of times a day. And it has become maybe my least favorite word in the English language. And that word is deserve.
Hell yeah. I was right with that one. But yeah, a minute ago you saw me looking over here. But I was just trying to look up something to see if I could find an example for it. But I couldn't off the quick second. But there's some videos I've seen where there's the, like how he was talking about, you know, the people acting who are on EBT acting like spoiled rich kids. Where, yeah, there was like, I believe they were British-based shows in the UK and whatnot. because of the accents that they spoken, but there are actually people who would, and they were in pounds, so that was another clue. But to get me beyond that point, my ADHD brain again, they were rich kids who had bumped down and had to go live with a poor family and see, and do everything they do day in, day out. And some of them were like on the brink of tears having to do just normal human tasks. And it's like, yeah, these are how those EBT assholes are acting. You are entitled, and no, you don't deserve anything from anyone else. You should make everything for yourself.
This woman is offended by the idea that she doesn't deserve soda, candy, or desserts. You're going to tell me that I don't deserve a brownie? She asks incredulously.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
We're going to tell you that.
Tell you that. You don't deserve a brownie.
As a fellow taxpayer to Matt, I'm sure he'd agree with this one. We don't owe you anything.
You don't deserve soda. You don't deserve candy, cookies, cake. I'll take it a step further, ma'am. You don't deserve any of the free food that you receive.
You don't deserve any of it. We don't
even
owe
deserve
you
bread
anything.
Or rice from the
However, through programs created, you get them.
Of it. You don't deserve a single dime from your fellow Americans. Not a single one. Every single thing you own that was paid for by the taxpayers, you don't deserve any of it. What does the word deserve mean? Well, it means literally merit. To deserve something is to merit it. It's to have a claim to it. In other words, earn. You deserve what you earn. If you get a job you get a job at a certain salary, you deserve the salary.
Yeah,
if your boss tried to pay you less or nothing at all, you'd be justified in marching into his office and demanding that
I deserve more.
You deserve, what you merit, what you've earned. You agreed to perform 100%. A certain task for a certain amount of money, assuming you actually perform the task in a satisfactory manner.
Yeah.
Then you deserve that money. In both a legal and moral sense, you deserve it. The word deserve has another word that's implicitly attached to it, and this is the point here, okay? The other word that's attached to deserve, the other side of that coin, is owe, okay? If you deserve something, it means that someone else owes
you something.
Yep. Nothing can be deserved by one party unless it is owed by another. That's why it wouldn't make any sense to, say, jump off a building and then say that you deserve to land safely on the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say that as you're plummeting to the ground. You could say, I deserve to live through this. You can say that,
you can try.
Because who are you making the claim against? Gravity? Gravity can't owe you anything. The laws of physics can't owe you anything.
Are you trying to ask? Yeah, are you asking the ground to land safely? Because guess what? The ground ain't going to do anything. It doesn't owe you a thing either.
Is irrelevant. Only another person can owe you something. You can only deserve what another person owes you. Deserve is an obligation. If you have an obligation to me, then I deserve to have that obligation fulfilled. If I pay you to build a fence in my backyard, I deserve to have that fence built after I've paid you. If I lend you money, I deserve for it to be paid back. Now, sometimes you can deserve something that isn't explicitly owed to you, but that requires that you make the case and essentially convince the indebted party that they are in debt to you. If you're performing well above expectations at your job and your value far exceeds the salary that you're paid, then you should go to your boss and make the argument that you deserve more money. If you win the argument, it won't be because your boss agrees that you possess some kind of mystical entitlement written in the stars, decreeing that you should make more money. It'll be because you've successfully made the case that your work merits the pay increase. You have earned it.
You made yourself more worth. You made your own personal worth higher. It's worth it more to pay you this more amount. Simple as that.
It is something that you have achieved. So let's go back to our friend with the manicured nails and the EBT card. You say you deserve brownies. Deserve it from who exactly? From us?
No.
From the taxpayers?
No, because if that's their
From
thought,
me?
no, you don't.
So what? We owe you brownies? We're in debt to you? And the debt is brownies? That's what you're saying? But where do you get this idea? What did we do to suddenly find ourselves in debt to you? What agreement did we make with you? What did you do for us that puts us in debt to you, lady? How do you know that I owe you brownies?
Exactly.
Maybe you owe me brownies.
Yeah.
I mean, if we could just impose a debt on a stranger out of thin air, then it's kind of a wash. I mean, you're placing that magical debt on me, but I'm placing it back on you. You say I owe you brownies. Well, I say you owe me a brownie and ice cream and whipped cream and a cherry. You owe me an entire fudge sundae. Okay, every single day. That's what you owe me. Two could play at this game.
How about this, honey? And if I owe you a brownie, you owe me a fucking restaurant. Give me a restaurant. Pass me a business. I deserve a business to be bestowed upon me. But no, that's not how that shit works.
Now what? See, this is the problem with throwing the word deserve around so carelessly. In reality, you can only deserve a brownie from us if you've done something to earn it. So what have you done exactly? What have you done for us to merit this reward? The answer is nothing.
Exactly.
The answer is you've done nothing for us, which means we owe you nothing.
Nothing.
$0.
Nada.
I'll say that again. We owe you nothing. We don't owe you a brownie. We don't owe you a cookie. We don't owe you a can of soda. We don't owe you a cup of rice. We owe you nothing. Now, does that mean that I think all forms of welfare and quote unquote social safety nets should be abolished outright? No, I don't.
Obviously
I think
not.
There's a reasonable argument to be made for that, but it's not.
There's definitely a massive argument, and I'm sitting here going, you should be taught that no one will take care of you throughout your life. There are no safety nets. You save up, you take care of yourself, you take care of your family, and you set yourself on a good path. Now, occasionally bad things can happen. When they do, have emergency funds. Have things set in place to give you time to shift things around and adjust your path and make it right. Everybody in this country currently, especially if you're between the ages of like 20 and 40, I would say, you have the ability to, even with just your salary and putting a bit into a retirement account, you have the ability to retire and not need a dime from the government. You have the time to put money away. And if you're under 20, you have forever. Get that money in there, get it saved, find good compound growth, learn what these things are, and grow your net worth, grow your wealth. If the younger you are, the better. The more time you'll have to put things away, and the more time they'll be able to grow and grow on each other. It'll be amazing. You'll see it. You'll see it right before your eyes. That's what I wish I could go back and do. I'm 28 right now, and I wish I could go back and kick my 18-year-old ass's ass, because he's an idiot. He was an idiot with his money, and he spent it on too much dumb shit. He did a lot of delivered food back then, a lot of pizza. But then again, back then when he ordered, you could get a large pizza and a side and a 2-liter to come with it for like $20. Now that's double the price, literally. It's insane today.
Not my argument. I think it's good to have programs in place.
So I can say I deserve to have $20 pizza again, but who owes me that, right? $20 meal from the average price for all the delivery pizza restaurants. That's what I would say it was to get, the 2-liter, the side, the drink, and the delivery fee, by the way, is included in that, and all the tax tip and everything. It's like $20 was that, and then you were done. It was like awesome. I miss those days.
To temporarily,
and that wasn't even that long ago.
In a desperate situation until they're able to get back onto their feet. I think it's good to have those. But even then, we are not helping because it's owed. We're not giving what's deserved. In fact, we're giving what is not deserved.
Exactly.
When you're on EBT, you get what you don't deserve. That's called charity. In this
Yep.
case, it's forced charity.
Exactly.
So that's what it is. And
if Snap EBT was a business, it would be the quickest out of business ever.
only
It
appropriate
would be the
response
fastest
to
to
charity,
bankrupt in history.
the only appropriate response to getting what you don't deserve, the only words out of your mouth should be, thank you. We don't
Yep.
owe you what you're getting, but we are owed something from you. We are owed at least a thank you.
Yep. Just like JD Vance says, did you at least say thank you?
And maybe just a little bit of humility. That's what you owe. And like JFK said, you should spend a lot more time thinking about what you owe the country rather than what you think it owes you.
Speaking of JD, I have to go with the hilarious meme here of I'm so happy of his costume that he put on this year. He's gonna meme himself into the 48th president. This is amazing that he fell in and went straight up to do this, because you've got this posted, and I love this photo and that. I just wanted to throw this in here because I mentioned him, and I don't really plan to make a full video on JD Vance's Halloween costume, even though it was pretty funny and pretty darn
And that's
good.
why all
I will give him
entitled
that.
EBT recipients demanding tax-funded junk food are today canceled. If you'd like to see what else I have to say, you can access my full...
Perfect. And he's going to say go to check out Daily Wire Plus and his stuff over there, which, if you enjoy him, I would fully agree. As someone who went over there and checked out the couple movie documentaries he's made, they are pretty good. They are pretty good. He actually got some person to give him money, give his producer for reparations for the black community while he was going around doing some stuff. It's pretty fun. Probably one of my favorite clips of that documentary specifically. But anyways, we're going to end that here today, and I will see you next time.